What's going on, folks? I'm Automatic. Today I'll be going over another stun sequence with Laura. So I'm going to let the video play front to back, then we'll go over it in greater detail like last time. Note that in this video, the opponent is set to always jump and be counter hit. Here's the clip. Yeah. So, this is EX Sunset Wheel as sort of an anti-air. Again, the opponent is programmed to hold up, so this is punishing them before they are able to jump away from it. It's best to use this when the opponent already has executed a normal in the air, as you can actually be hit during the startup of EX Sunset Wheel if they hit a normal late before they land. With that being said, I've never been a fan of catching my opponent off guard when I know they have the means to punish or bait when the risk reward isn't in my favor. However, this anti-air EX Sunset Wheel is what contributed greatly to me winning my losers finals match in my pull-out final round. It was actually the killing blow in at least 2 rounds, I think. What I'd like to point out is that the values of risk reward change during the course of a match. And that's depending on how much life they have, if it's the killing blow or if it'll stun them, that kind of thing. So bear in mind that all of Laura's command grabs have the same knockdown frames, so the following setup after EX Sunset Wheel will work for any Sunset Wheel if the opponent recovers with a normal recovery, which they can only do for grabs. They can't back recover. So here we have a meaty standing heavy kick, which can crush counter 3 frame normals. The opponent may wake up with a normal to punish Laura dashing in after a command grab, as she is at -4 if she chooses to do so. So you would think it's never a good idea to dash up to your opponent after you command grab them. But it's just as bad of an idea for your opponent to risk being crush counter like this. The question is, can you react to Laura's 17 frame dash confidently enough? I don't know. So normally you can't combo step elbow, which is her forward heavy punch, after a crush counter stand roundhouse. But since roundhouse is contacting later in its active frames, this allows you enough time when the opponent is in crush counter state to do this. So I have forward fierce spark show, which is the name of her V-trigger activation. I combo into standing heavy punch to draw Laura closer so I can be in range later to reset with the walk up crouching fierce after the EX Thunderclap. So there's the EX Thunderclap. I walk up very slightly to combo into Crouching Fierce because Crouching Fierce does more damage than Standing Fierce. And I reset. The opponent lands into a Standing Short after the Avante. This Standing Short hits early enough so that it hits also later in its active frames. So I can combo into Crouching Medium Punch, and this allows me to hit confirm. And this works even without counter hit because it hits later in its active frames. So this gives you time to hit confirm into that strongbow charge here. So an interesting thing about strongbow charge is that it will not stun your opponent unless you execute one of the enders, which is split river or rodeo break when you hit punch or kick after this hits. So it won't stun them even though their stun gauge is at the maximum where it should. And this here is a good example of using it to reset your opponent's damage mitigation for the stun combo. But after this I do a neutral throw to which my opponent would think that I'm doing a command grab because that will stun them. This is where I'm mentioning like the values change. So this command grab that I would have done would have been more meaningful than just me hitting them with a command grab because of the knockdown situation. In this case, it would stun them, so that's much more value. So I do a normal throw instead, and once I recover from my normal throw and I see them in the air, I can anti-air them with hard punch bolt charge, which is now what stuns them. And then after that, we have a pretty cute stun combo. I charge up. Well, notice that I'm in V-trigger mode, so my thunderclaps charge faster, and they actually travel and they stay on the screen for a little bit longer, and they travel more distance. So I set up the light punch bolt charge, light punch thunderclap. I cross up with jumping forward. I hit him with crouching fierce into the thunderclap, and then the thunderclap keeps him in enough hit stun to where I can combo another crouching fierce. And then that is enough damage to kill almost probably anybody. Pretty sure. So that's it for today. If you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see more of, let me know in the comments below. Like and sub, hit me up on Twitter. And I will also be surgically breaking down Alex immediately on my stream, which you can catch weekdays at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. EST.